Okay. Thank you. Can I have this off, please? Is everybody able to see this at the end? Or do you want to dim the lights in the front? Shall we dim the lights? Please dim the lights in the front. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and since I'm a Mumbaikar, I'm free to call you Punekars. I would like to introduce the subject to you of health hazards due EMF radiation from mobile tower antennae. This is a very hot topic going around the country, not only around the country but all around the world. And we have a lot of contact on this, which is going on the internet, Facebook, and other social media. First of all, I would like to thank the hosts. I have heard only about York and New York. I heard about Mumbai and Navi Mumbai. This is the first time I hear Vrindavan and Navi Vrindavan. I'm very happy to be here in Navi Vrindavan. I also would like to convey my special thanks to Shri Radhe Shyamji, Shri Keshavaranje, and also Ram Gopalji, who has been looking after me very well. I would be failing in my duties to also thank one Munshi who has introduced another Munshi. That's Anand Munshi. Thank you. I would like to, before I start the subject, I want to request you all for one thing. Please do not forget to put on your phones after you go out of the hall. Have you got me right? Have you understood me what I'm saying? Do not forget to turn on your phones after you go out of the hall. That means presently it should be turned off. Okay, so we start the subject. Tell me first, how many of you have mobile phones? All of you? Very good. I'm happy to hear that. Secondly, what sort of phones do you have? BlackBerry, iPhone. How many BlackBerries in this hall? So many. iPhones, Nokia. Okay. Tell me, how many of you have really read the user manual? None of you. None of you have read the user's manual. And I will come to that, why I am asking you this question. Because we are going ahead and using it like a toy. I request you to please pay attention to this presentation. Don't use it as a toy. Don't allow your children to use it as a toy. Don't let pregnant ladies be close to the mobile phone. Thank you. Next. So be the master of technology and not its slave. That is very important. We all want 4G. Now 4G has come to Pune. But do we know what is 4G LTE? Such a big word. Do we know what it is? Any one of you knows what it is? How many of you are engineers here? Tell me, raise your hands. So many of them. Now tell me, what is 4G LTE? One of you come and tell me, please. Nobody knows it. So we are going blindly. We are unaware of the technology. We are unaware and ignorant of everything. And that is where the operators and the technology and the government are taking us for a ride. I'm sad to say. Next. Now, does anybody know how the telephone works? Anybody? Can I get two people who are knowing each other and know each other's phone numbers? Please come up. Where is Gopal? I need the radiation meter. No, I need that radiation meter and my bag. Please come up, two people. Otherwise, I'll have to call Keshav ji. That's it.
You want to open this?
That's okay. That's good. You keep that there. Now, please dial your friend. Listen to what is happening, yeah? And see what is happening here. What has happened from red, green, from green, orange, it has come to red. What does that mean? That means that there is more radiation. He has not picked up the phone. Yeah, he has not picked up the phone. The moment he picks up the phone, what happens? It's gone down. The red is gone down. So this is one demo I wanted to give you of radiation, what happens from phone to phone. What is happening here is, you can come this side, don't go away, that this phone is trying to reach his phone. So that it's trying to reach this antenna and telling it, I am here, I want him. So the radiation goes from that antenna to that antenna and then to that phone. That is the time when there is maximum radiation. So do not, and I repeat, do not put your phone here as soon as you have finished dialing, because that is the maximum radiation time. Keep it here. When it becomes green, you know the other person has received the call, then only you can put it here, because otherwise you were in the red zone. When he picked up the phone, it went to the green zone. Okay? Next. Don't go away. Next, please. Now, what are these? Does anybody know? Do you know? All your engineers, where are you? What is this? Huh? These are called antennae, mobile tower antennae. Nowhere in the world, can you go previous slide? Nowhere in the world will you find so many antennae together. If anybody has traveled abroad, they'll never see this. Here, there were no regulations, there were no rules in this country. We are fighting for the last 3 years to get regulations. And these operators have taken us for a ride. There are so many friends and relations of mine who have suffered health hazards because of this radiation. The antenna are at 5 meters distance, 7 meters distance. Nowhere in the world do they have at such distances so many antennae. The policemen at Haji Ali Juice Center at Mumbai cannot stay on duty for more than 7 days. Why? It's a question to be asked. The policeman came to us and said, I'm having problems. It's good that you're doing this protest on Pedder Road. If anybody knows where Pedder Road and Haji Ali is, it's very close to Haji Ali. Next. So these are the kind of antenna which are, if you see them, these are called antennae. And that is what is dangerous. Now, this is the mobile tower antennae. There are others which are boosters and other things. Now, I want to also show one more position while I am at it, so that these gentlemen do not get tired while standing here. Dial in. Yeah, please do. put your this thing on your speakerphone. Called? So what? Both of you put your speakerphones on.
Already.
In the bargain, I'm getting affected. Are you ringing?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
All of you can hear it? It is ringing. Okay. Now, please try again. So, dial. And put your phone on speakerphone and give me. Put it on speaker.
This is loudspeaker.
Not yours. See what's happening now. He's right here. We heard his bell. What's happening?
कस्टमरला आपण कॉल करत आहात ते यावेळी संपर्क कक्षेच्या बाहेर आहे.
काय झालं? Okay. So, thank you. Thank you both of you. Give them a big clap. You can leave that. So the point is that any metal will prevent radiation going anywhere. I have 5 antennas in front of me. How do I prevent that radiation from coming to me? So what do? I create a metal barrier. I don't want you to put aluminum foils in front of you, but if you have a veranda, you have sliding windows. Put one more channel of sliding window with stainless steel mosquito net jali. Measure the radiation before you put the jali and after the jali, and you will observe that the radiation levels have gone down. I've had to do this demonstration earlier than scheduled before my other slides, mainly because I didn't want them to stand here for long. Next. Now what happens when the antenna is here like this? There is radiation going down, there is radiation going in the front. So the top floor of where the antenna are, they are the people who get affected. Like the neon sign lights, if they are on, it goes into the terrace or balcony of the top floor. Now, in this main beam, we call it main beam. If there was an antenna here and there is a building there, 3-4 floors will have problems. And direct radiation affects directly. People get cancer, people get headaches, people get tingling in the ears. I will tell you what all comes. It is not necessary that you get cancer tomorrow. And I am not going to try and scare you. I would like to tell you I am not against mobile phones. I am not against mobile tower companies. I am not against the cellular operators. What I am against, or we are against in Bombay, is because of the dense city, which is also visible here now, that they should reduce radiation levels. Why can't they have the same radiation levels which are prevailing in other countries? Why can't they have low power transmission in our country? Just because we have 1.2 billion people? So they can take our people for granted? If other countries have 200, 400 million people, they don't try these experiments over there. And on the top of that, they want to increase the rates now, because they have paid 60,000 crores to the government for the spectrum. They have stacked up money outside India and not paid taxes to the finance ministry, as said by the Honorable President last year in Nagpur. So I want to make you all aware, please take care of yourselves, your family, your wives, mother, children, and that is more important. So this, please take care that you are not in the main beam and you are not immediately below the antennae. Next, please. Now, what are the risks and health hazards that are there? Initially, we get fatigue, headaches, loss of sleep, memory loss, ringing ears, and joint pains. I had a very interesting case study being told today to me by somebody who was working with BPL for a long time. Said, Mr. Munshi, I had 1500 minutes free time and I had really problem with my ear. But when I left them, that stopped. So why did it stop? I am not saying it's because of the mobile phone. You all can guess what it is. If I go to the doctor with headaches, and say I'm getting continuous headaches nowadays, the doctor is not going to ask you, have you got antennae in front of you? How many antennae are there? At what distance are there? He said, take an anasin and go to sleep. So how many days will you continuously take anasin or aspirin? Till you realize that, Baba, it might be the antennae radiation. Then you have loss of sleep. You go to a doctor, you go to a psychiatrist, you go wherever, that will say, कुछ income tax का problem है क्या तुमको? तो नींद क्यों नहीं आ रही है आपको? बीवी बाहर मैके गई है क्या? तो नहीं साहब. So these are few of the health hazards which culminate into cancer after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. But there are facts, and due to paucity of time, I cannot show you slides from America, from France, and from other countries like Israel and Germany. But anybody who is interested, please let us know and we will send it to you by email, and we will also mark copies over here to the NVCC. Next. Now, do you all accept first that there are ill effects of radiation? All those say yes, please raise their hands. Thank you very much. Now, what did the government do? In September 1, 2012, if the government's objective was to reduce health hazards, then they should have reduced radiation levels, not norms. They reduced norms, but where were the actual radiation levels? They were much below the norms. I'll show you that, and I will show you in the next slide what our Honorable Minister of CNIT has said. Next. He says on September 1, 2012, according to the Economic Times News Bureau, and not according to me, I have not written this, India will implement stricter radiation emission norms from September 1, 2012 for mobile towers to reduce emission to 1/10 of present levels. Means present levels of radiation, not present levels of norms. If you reduce the norms, will it make any difference? If the existing radiation levels are much below the revised norms. Next. Then the telecom secretary on the We the People NDTV show, everybody is aware of We the People NDTV? Please get a link from me if you don't have and see it for yourself. It's a 1-hour show on YouTube, available on our website. He said 95% of the nearly 5 lakh towers, and each tower can have 10 antenna, 20 antenna, we don't know how many. He didn't know also how many antenna were there. Across the country were already adhering to the high standards. What does that mean? Already adhering to the high standards means the revised norms. So if 95% were already below the norms, then wasn't it an eyewash? Tell me please, all those who think that it is an eyewash, raise your hands again. Thank you. So there was no change in radiation levels since September 2012 when these people changed the norms. Next. Now this is what happened. We have 3 frequencies in India, 900, 1800 and 2100 and above. Engineers, raise your hands, you've understood it? All of you have understood it? The ICNIRP, and I'm coming to ICNIRP in a short while, were the norms which we followed in India. 4,500, 9,000 and 10,000. What did the government do? They reduced it, as Sri Kapil Sibal said, to 10% of the earlier ones. So from 4,500 it became 450, from 9,000 it became 900, and from 10,000 it became 1,000. And now, where are we? Next. So, 4,500 became 450. If 95% were below 450, what is the use? Did it affect anybody? It was a total eyewash. Now we come to who is this ICNIRP. Next. Yeah, reduction in norms to 10% of ICNIRP recommendations was no effect on radiation at ground levels. Next. Who is ICNIRP? The Council of Europe says that it is an NGO whose origin and structure are none too clear. Look it up on Wikipedia, who is ICNIRP, and you'll find it from Google. Suspected of having rather close links with the industries. If you have a close link with the industry, what does it mean? I will do what you say, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. Yeah? There are paid news, there is paid research. I had one of the researchers come in from America, the Cellular Operators Association PR company insisted I must meet her because she was going to brainwash me and say, there are no health hazards, Mr. Munshi. We were to meet for 20 minutes. We sat for 1.5 hours arguing. Finally, I told her, ma'am, it's time for my dinner. I want to leave. Tell me one simple answer. What are the basis or the parameters based on which you have done this experiment? Am I right in asking that, engineering people? Yes? So I asked her, what are the parameters? She said, 1 antenna, 2 watt power and 1 mouse. Yeah? 1 antenna, 2 watt power and 1 mouse. And there was no effect on the mouse, Mr. Munshi. So I said, wonderful. Now come with me. We got the bill paid and I took her to Haji Ali Juice Center. You saw what Haji Ali Juice Center was. And I said, now tell me, count the number of antennae. Do you know what power this is generating? No, I don't know. Do you know what is the power per antenna in India? No, I don't know. So I said, if you don't know anything, you cannot insist on us adopting your regulations based on your norms and your parameters when in India we have 800 watt power output being thrown out. You are throwing out 2 watts. You are having 1 antenna. You are on low power transmission. We are on high power transmission. So what are we doing? We are killing Indians. And this is what we are fighting for. We are fighting for last 4 years. The citizens are being treated like football, going from the state government, central government, municipality, back to DOT, back to state government. What is this? Now elections have come, so cut-off date has come for code of conduct. Everybody knows that. On the 5th of March. And on the 4th of March, the lovely state government announces a gazette. They waited from my letter 29th March till the 29th November 2013 till 4th of March to announce this gazette policy, which was anti citizens, against the citizens, which we have put in today's papers. Anybody is interested to read those papers, please get into my Facebook account or get into Indian Express, Hindustan Times and Times of India, Bombay. Today you can see it on the electronic media. Next. To reduce radiation, the government should have reduced the actual ground levels, not the norms. Radiation can be reduced only by reducing power transmission from antenna by 10% from 20 watts to 2 watts. Any electronics engineer or electrical engineer here? Any electrical engineer here? Can I have one of you come up here, please? One of you, please come here. Don't feel shy, I won't take your photograph. Okay, never mind, he's feeling shy. Can I ask you to come up, sir? Thank you very much. See, he's not shy. I'm going to ask him, what is power density? Do you know what is power density or not?
That's a technical question.
Okay, he is not a technical person. Let me tell you, power density is equal to power output. Yeah? Directly proportional to power output, that means it is 20 watts or 2 watts. The lower the power output, the lower radiation. Or it is inversely proportional to the distance between the antenna and the recipient. So if the distance is more, what will happen? Lesser the radiation. If the power transmission goes down, lesser the radiation. So we are saying reduce radiation levels by reducing power, because distance cannot be increased in Bombay or Pune. Distance is fixed because the buildings are fixed. So don't try and play with distance, reduce the power. When we ask what are the power transmission regulations in Europe or America, no answer. Simple. There was a parliamentary standing committee appointed by the Parliament on information technology. They have also asked the cellular operators. Me and Juhi Chawla were in the witness box, and we enlightened them, all of them who were present. They have asked them, please tell us, what are the, do you know the regulations in USA or UK? No, we don't have it. Then what sort of homework have you all done? And not to forget one very important thing, the parliamentarians are no fools. We don't think that they are fools. Let me tell you that. They know that Vodafone operates from UK. The headquarters are in UK. Vodafone is having 45% shareholding in Verizon USA. Why could they not get the answer from Vodafone is my question. These people are all hand in glove against our citizens. You all can go to hell, they say. We will not do what you want us to do. And that is what is reflected in the policy of the Maharashtra state government issued on 4th of March Gazette. Ask any political party where you all are voting, please tell us what is your stand on electromagnetic field radiation from the antenna, and put it in your manifesto, then we will vote for you. I have asked that for the last 2 months, nobody's putting it. Yeah, including Mr. Modi, who has got 4G already announced. Congress party has given permission here to I think Airtel for 4G. For what? Do you want a movie to be downloaded on your mobile so that you can see it whenever you are traveling in train from Borivali to Churchgate, and you want to download it in 2 seconds instead of 20 minutes? Why? Next. Here is the 20 watts radiation level going. I have to say one time. Yeah. Next. This is in 2 watts. So the radiation levels go down from 158 to 15.84. As I showed you, it is directly proportional. Next. I'm going a little bit fast. The committee finds, what did the committee report say? Very interesting. The committee find it most unfortunate that the government has failed to take any concrete steps to regulate this infrastructure sector, as well as to address the public apprehensions about impact of their health. The government has failed. These are the parliamentarians who are saying it. The committee strongly deprecate the lackadaisical approach of the Department of Telecommunications, which is the nodal department for expansion. Now, do you need more proof than this? Next. In Bulgaria, Italy, Lithuania, Poland, Russia, for all the frequencies, it is 100 milliwatts. Why should India have 10 times more? Why should India have 3 different frequencies? 3 different norms. Next. Next. What? Any smokers here? I won't tell your wives, please raise your hands. Huh? Okay. Earlier times, smoking is injurious to health was appearing on the cartons. Now it says, smoking kills. So, how many people are killed by smoking? Similarly is the case with mobile phones and mobile towers. Next. Now, those people who did not read the user manuals, I have brought it out from, in 2 seconds. I brought it out in this slide. BlackBerry device should be used at least 25 millimeter from your body. How many people do it? iPhone should be put at 15 mm from the body. How many people are doing it? Next. This is what happens after 15 minutes of cell phone use. Doesn't it get hot when you talk? Your ear gets hot, the phone gets hot. But see what is happening inside. Inside is what the tumors develop. The cancer develops. Not in 1 day, not in 2 days, but over a period of time. The maximum number of minutes they say you should talk on the phone is 12 minutes per day. How many of us are doing 12 minutes a day? Nobody. And nobody because they are ignorant and they are unaware. Next. Next, please. In a 5-year-old, there is more radiation going into the head, and in an adult, less, because the adult's skull is much harder than a child. Next. These are the cell phone health hazards. I will not go much into it for want of time. Next. Now, these are the do's and don'ts. If you have a choice, use landline wired. Wired landline, not even a cordless, not a mobile phone. Who is saying this? The government is saying it in half-page advertisements. Department of Telecommunications has advertised in half-page advertisements. Do you know how much a half-page advertisement costs in national dailies all over the country? They are going against themselves. They are saying don't put phone near your ear till connected. Use text preferred to voice. Why should they give all these precautions? Next. No. Now, 4th generation long-term evolution is what 4G LTE you are going to have now, or you already got it, or you will subscribe for it. Is it a boon or a curse? Boon because it is high-speed internet, super fast data download, time saver, and advanced technology. You have to weigh for yourselves. I am not telling you don't do it. I am telling you be cautious. Next. Why is it a curse? Because increased exposure to radiation. Our norm for 2G or 3G is 450 milliwatts. For 4G, it is 1050. So imagine the kind of radiation you are put to when the bioinitiative report says 1 milliwatt is more than enough. So you are so many times higher. Those 5 countries were at 100 milliwatt. You are still 4.5 times higher than that. Those 5 countries were for 4G also at 100 milliwatts, not 1050. And maximize risk to children, pregnant ladies, senior citizens. Ladies, any one of you with genes over here who is putting the mobile phone at the back hip pocket? How many of you put, yes, please come here. And make sure it is there in the back hip pocket. Okay, even front will do. Do you know what harm you're doing to yourself? No. You know, when your phone is on, there is still radiation. If your phone is turned off, switches off, the power is off, then there is no radiation. But if your phone is in your pocket, there is radiation going to the antenna, as I showed you earlier, telling the antenna, I am here, I am here, I am here, in case my boyfriend calls me, please contact me. Yeah? And what is happening? What is happening? I am not scaring anybody. I repeat again, I am going by medical research and medical statistics of doctors in Bombay. There has been an increase in ovarian cancer because we are keeping it close down here. Please don't put it there. Put it in your bag. Put it in your wherever else. But don't put it here. Because I have seen so many people who put it right in the hip pocket and they cross the road. I called that girl back. I said, Baba, idhar mat rakho. Then I teach them. I guide them. Yesterday I was at somebody's prayer meeting who had died. That Charlie had 2 mobile phones in his hip pocket. Not one. He was belonging to the film industry. And I had to get up and tell him, Baba, don't put it there, please. Keep it in your hand, keep it far away. Don't put your mobile phones to charge next to your bed. Don't have Wi-Fi routers in your bedroom. These are a few things, precautions you should take. Turn off the mobile phone, turn off the Wi-Fi router when you're not using. Thank you, madam. Give her a big clap, sir. Next. Next slide. Now, this is one of my last slides, which I like very much. We do not want another case of Union Carbide and Bhopal. Do we want another Bhopal? But this time, it will be cellular operators across the whole country, not one city like Bhopal. This will be Pune, Bombay, Calcutta, everywhere. It will just be like an epidemic. Watch out. The onus to prove there are no health hazards caused, please back. The onus to prove there are no health hazards caused from radiation should be on cellular operators with financial liability on them and not on suffering Indians. There is a precautionary principle according to the law of European Union. If anybody is a lawyer, he can refer to this. Next. So be the master of technology and not its slave. Now, to cheer you up a little bit, because you must have got bored, I'm just adding. Can you play it, please? 1 second. Hello. Do you know how to play it? Yeah, just play it. Hello. Where are you gone? May I come here? Yes. Just minutes, okay. 2-3 minutes. Where are you? Yeah. Play this. You'll have to first enlarge it. Please enlarge it.
we would like thank
Just go down this way. Or play slideshow from this slide. Press slideshow. Press slideshow from this slide.
stars for our
Okay, just play this here. And then we increase the screen. Can we increase the screen? Okay.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum.
Hi.
Assalamualaikum.
Namaskaram.
Oh yes, thank you so much, Anna.
Please off the light.
No cell phone. No cell phone.
क्यों?
सेल फोन से मधुमक्खियां मर जाती।
मधु बीज
सेल फोन के सिग्नल से मधुमक्खियां अपने घर का रास्ता भूल जाती और मर जाती। दे डाई। ये अच्छा नहीं, क्योंकि अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन ने कहा है।
अल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन ने अपेरेंटली कहा है कि अगर दुनिया की सारी मधुमक्खियां मर गई तो उसके ठीक 4 साल बाद सारे आदमी मर
That's right, सारे आदमी मर जाएंगे। सारे आदमी मर जाएंगे।
लो सेल फोन बाबा।
जी सी स्पैरो, चिमड़ी, गौरैया, इनको तला लगाया जाए। बिल्कुल सही उत्तर आपका। 20,000 रुपए। और ये विश्व भर में जहाँ कहीं भी किसी इमारत में दरार देखते हैं वहां जाकर के अपना घोंसला बना देते हैं।
और ये एक दर्द की बात है सर, जब से ये मोबाइल के टावर्स आए हैं इनकी संख्या गिनी चुनी रह गई है।
क्यों?
कि वो रेंज में आ जाती है और मर रही है सर फटाफट। कहाँ चिमनियां दिख रही है आप लोगों को? जी, इनकी आवाज ही बंद हो गई है मोबाइल की वजह से।
जी जी।
Next slide. Now, these are the email addresses where you can contact us. You can interview us, you can question us. If you have doubts, you can raise and give us complaints. reduceemfradiation@gmail.com. Go into the Facebook and look at www.facebook.com reduceemfradiation. Next slide. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I am sorry that I have overshot my time, but let me remind the organizers it was started late also.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was real pleasure